Hi, boys and girls. I was so excited when I woke up this morning because the wind was blowing outside, and I love to see the leaves swirling and my spinner spinning and my kites flying. You know, you can tell by looking out your window some days just what the weather's going to be. Other times you listen to the weather person on TV who will tell you the temperature, and then they sometimes tell you the wind speed. Today we're getting these big gusts, and right now when the leaves start falling, they'll be swirling and making all kinds of decorations. And then in the winter the snow does that and we get the big snow drifts. So I love to see all of that. The wind is just natural movement of air that can change. It can change its direction. You can tell which direction it's going now, and it can change its speed. All of a sudden we got more wind just now. So when I thought of that, I thought I'm going to bring my story about the wind today, and it's called The Windy Day. Won't that be perfect? I'm going to set this down, even though I know you love watching that go, don't you? I'm going to set that down for a minute and read you the book about the windy day. Did you ever wonder about the wind outside? Some days it's so calm that you can't even see, hear, or feel the wind. My hair is feeling the wind. My face is feeling the wind. There's just wind everywhere today. Oh, here comes a big gust. Wait, let's see what happens. Whoa, look at that. That's a big gust of wind. Before it was getting a little quiet, wasn't it? It's a fun day to be out today. I can feel it as I'm trying to get my book. I hope I can keep my pages. Have you ever wondered what sways the trees and makes leaves dance across the grass? I bet you have wondered about that. It's nothing you can see. It's nothing you can hold. But if you go outside on a windy day, you can feel it. I do. I feel it a lot. It's the air moving around. It's ruffling your hair and it snatches your hat almost as if it wants to play with you. Whoops, there we go. Come on, Paige. There we go. If you roll out the string of a big bright kite, then throw the kite up in the air and run as fast as you can, the wind might catch it and make it fly. That's always a fun thing to do. It dips and it dives and it swoops around, held up by the invisible wind. All at once, a blustery gust tosses the kite into a tree, and the wind is rough and tumbly along the cliff, and it rushes from the sea and stumbles over the bumpy land. But out in the open sea, the wind blows steadily for miles and miles. It fills the boat's sail, making them billow, and pushes the boat across the water. Now the sun is out. Oh, it feels so nice and warm. Do you see how the sails billow out? That's the wind behind there. You can't see the wind, but you see the sail. And that's what's going to make that boat go. It doesn't have any motors. High in the sky, the seagulls cry, and their voices are carried away by the wind. They fill their wings to catch the breeze, and they ride it back to shore. It's too blowy some days for little birds to fly around, so they huddle up on a branch and they wait for the wind to go away. And at the foot of the tree, there's a sheltered spot where animals hide from the chilly wind. Oh, and they get tucked into their holes and even into piles of leaves. So the birdies are staying right up here close together. And look there's a little hole in the tree for the bunny, and here's some little critters going under the leaves for shelter too. It's too windy for them on some days. As the wind rustles a sycamore tree, its twirly seeds are shaken free and they spin down. I always say they're like little helicopters as they come down from the trees. And they come down, and the seeds lie scattered on the ground, and soon they'll start to grow into new sycamore trees. Further along on the cliff tops stands a row of tall, white windmills. Wind blowing in from the sea slowly pushes their sails around, and the turning windmills make electricity, which is sent through the wires to a nearby town. It lights up their light, and then it makes all kinds of things work. Look at them, they go around, but they need the wind too, don't they? You might wonder if the restless wind ever gets tired of blowing. But even when the wind dies down where you are, the wind is always blowing somewhere. Is it blowing by your house today? So now, boys and girls, we know about the wind and how it comes. You can't see it, but I sure do feel it today, and you are getting to see it with all our things that have the wind blowing on them. So today might be a good day for a kite. Some days are just too rough, your kite would break. So you have to make sure you take advantage of these days. Peek out your window in the morning. See what the wind is doing, if it's calm or if it's windy, and you'll know what kind of day it's going to be. Here we go with another big wind. Perfect! Have a good day. Don't blow away. See you next week, boys and girls.